Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Tyler McNabb, and this is my 400EX. So in today's video, we are going to do nothing too exciting, probably not gonna be a crazy exciting video, but I figured I would still do a video on it. We are going to be changing up the gearing. So here I have a Sunstar 36 tooth rear sprocket, and what I currently have on the rear is a 38 tooth. So from the factory, these things are 15 in the front and 38 in the rear, which is really high. I'm surprised they're geared that high, but that's just what they are. So my current gearing is a 13 in the front, and then like I said, a 38 in the rear. So mine is geared down quite a bit. After doing some riding on my dad's 450 the last couple episodes that you've seen, I kind of like the gearing that's set up on his. It is a 14 and then a 38 in the rear, so geared just a little bit higher than mine. I don't necessarily want to go up a full tooth in the front because I think that may be a little high for me. So what I decided to do is go down 2 teeth in the rear. And so if you don't know, basically how the gearing works is, you know, the front sprocket's your drive sprocket, and then you're going to the rear sprocket. And so basically how it works is, in your front sprocket, if you get smaller, so you go down in teeth size, you get slower. So your top end will be slower, but your torque goes up, your output torque. And then come the opposite, if you go up in size on the front, your top speed goes up, but your torque goes down. And then it's kind of flip-flopped on the rear. So on the rear sprocket, if you get a bigger rear sprocket then you will have more torque but less top speed. If you get a smaller rear sprocket like I am currently doing, you will have less torque and more top speed. I hope I said that right. I'm pretty sure I did, but who knows. So anyway, yeah, so I am putting a smaller rear sprocket on the rear to try to get me a little more top speed and a little less torque. I mean, really, it's just what I'm really doing is I'm trying to speed up my first gear a little bit, because my first gear currently is so low that it's basically useless unless I'm just in insanely tight stuff, which here at home I have a lot of tight trails, but actually out on the racetrack where it matters, it's usually not that tight. Most of the racetracks are fairly open and you need a lot more speed. So I want to try this gearing setup out and just see if I like it a little bit more. And so it won't quite be as high as my dad's 450, but it'll give me a little extra speed in like first gear and, you know, well, throughout every gear. I do like the current setup, but it would just be nice to have a little bit more for each gear. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna do a quick time lapse of me putting it on, and then I'm gonna go out and ride at some point. It may not be today. For you, it'll be the same video, but for me, it may be a couple days later that I go out and test ride it. So let's just get right into the time lapse and get this sprocket on. Here we go. Okay, so we got it unwrapped here. I don't know if you guys can see that there, but it says 36 tooth. So you compare that to my 38, and as you can probably see here, it's a little bit smaller, so, which is to be expected. So what I'm hoping is that I won't have to either take a link out of this chain or even get a new chain, because if for some reason I didn't like this gearing, I don't want to have to take a link out of this chain and then go buy a brand new chain because I want to switch back to the old one. So hopefully there's enough adjustment in it that will be good, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and get it back together. Okay guys, well, I got everything back together finally. So I was having some troubles there in the video getting the carrier, but ended up getting that loosened up. And then my chain ended up being a little bit too long. There was just way too much slack in it to try to test ride it. So I went ahead and cut a link out of this chain to get it where it needed to be. And so I got a link cut out, and so unfortunately, if I don't like this gearing and I want to go back to the other one, I'll have to get a new chain. I went ahead and bought a new chain anyway, just because this thing probably needs a new chain at the beginning of the year. So I'll probably ride with this gearing for the rest of the year anyway, and then start the beginning of the year, I'll put a new chain on it. But anyway, yep, that's pretty much it for the building process. So the only thing left to do is go out and test ride it. It's still a little bit muddy, but it's currently, let's see, it is currently the 14th of December. So, and we're still having, it's like 50 degrees today and 60 degrees tomorrow. So I pretty much have to ride, otherwise these riding days aren't going to come any much longer. So I'm gonna go ahead, get out, test it, see if I like the gearing. So see you out on the trails. Okay, so probably gonna try to ride the track backwards to see if I like that, or just because I've been riding it the one way. So let's see. Hey guys, well, got some good riding in this evening and did some testing with the new gearing, and honestly, I really can't tell that big of a difference. I can tell a little bit of a difference in some spots, but in reality, it's not a whole lot different than what it was before, which if you think about it, I don't remember if I said this in the beginning of the video or not, but basically they say that if you go like 1 tooth in the front is 3 teeth in the rear, and so I only went 2 teeth in the rear, so it wasn't quite a full tooth in the front that I would have went up, and so I wasn't sure how big of a jump it would be, so I just decided to do the 2 teeth and see how I like it. And so I'll probably just stick with it for now. It kind of gives me a little bit of extra gearing where I may need it, and so yeah, probably just stick with that for now and run that next year at the first race or something, and see if I like it, see if I don't, and go from there. So overall, like I said, like the quad. Think it'll end up good. It'll give me just a little bit more gearing in the woods and everything. So overall, I think it'll work out good. But anyway, thanks for coming and watching the video. I know it wasn't the most exciting video, nothing crazy, just changing some gearing, but figured I'd get some more content in. So I think this video is going to come out after Christmas actually, and the video before this, I think I've already got it rendered and uploaded, so I didn't say anything in it, but hope you guys had some good holidays and got some cool quad parts or whatever for Christmas. But anyway, thanks again coming and watching the channel. I really appreciate it, because without you guys, like I say, wouldn't be worth making the videos. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.